I think Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders, who I think on either the extreme left and the extreme right, are both basically completely insane and unelectable. But those are symptoms, I think, of a root cause that a lot of people aren't really thinking about. And I think thinking about it has implications to all of you. And the thing that I would say is that if you look at like how things change over time, people's preferences around many things evolve. The way that you eat, the way that you drink, the way that you dress. And then underneath all of those superficial things, structural things happen. Think of like the difference now in the movement towards both racial and gender equality. Think about simple things like valuing people that are not traditionally educated. Think about all of those kinds of societal level trends. The thing that nobody talks about is that we have a shift underway in what is the morality and what is acceptable morality. And nobody talks about that. And so, you have like a diehard constituency of people that fall on this sort of like Trump is a liar, right? I mean, if you saw the Romney thing. And if you ask the average person, they have a very different definition of morality and right and wrong now, because the world we live in is slightly more contrived and created than it ever was. Like our entire lives used to be how we were in our true self. Now, I would say it's like 60% our true self and 40% what we program on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. And to think that that doesn't have an effect on the psyche and the psychology, because all of us are like, oh, we're lying half the time anyways. And then when you see somebody else kind of lying, you're like, fuck it, he's lying too. So the morality is changing. And so in that morality changing to a different place, you have people like that who have the opportunity to seize it because it's not unacceptable the way that it was in the 60s or the 70s or the 80s, right? So we're dealing with a very different dynamic in terms of how society believes there's a expectation in your behavior. And so that's why it exists. I'm like kind of just like fascinated sitting on the sidelines watching it all. Mostly because I have a Canadian passport, so I'm fucking out of here. If any of this shit goes down, I am gone. But I think it basically speaks to this thing. And figuring this out, I think, is important because it also will allow all of us to figure out how to spend our time, what services and products to build, because when you cater to that new morality, you win. Like, think of Tinder.
Yeah.
Think of like the behavior that Tinder is creating. I heard about an app yesterday, which is basically a proxy version of like, DTF. And I thought to myself, holy shit, that would have been impossible 5 years ago. It would have been so morally in the gray or morally wrong. And now it's totally acceptable. Grindr, totally acceptable. So all of these things just to me are saying that our moral standards are changing, in that it opens a lot of opportunities. And we should be thinking about that because it's important.
Hey everybody, let me tell you a little bit about InVision app. I use InVision app all the time with my designer, my product manager, my growth team to share mock-ups of our products. We take those mock-ups and we design them and we send them to clients, to partners, to investors. And we say, here is an InVision link. Open this on your iPhone, on your Android phone, and you can click through and see what this product that we're making is like. And when we're building websites, hey, put your comments on there. We have a partner, we have a big Smart Camp thing going on with IBM, Smart Camp 2015. We can use InVision to share that website and say, hey, is there anything you want to change? And then have a threaded discussion. You can take all those discussions off of email, all those discussions out of the chat room. Listen, email and chat rooms have their place, but not in product design. InVision is like Slack, but for product design, right? So you have Slack for a general conversation. You have Gmail for asynchronous communication. You have InVision for product excellence. You cannot make a great product without InVision. I am dead serious about that. Every startup I invest in, I show it to them. They ask them to send me links, and boy, does it work. It supercharges everything you do. I love this product. I love this product. I love this product. Get out of email, get out of chat rooms, and do what Twitter, Airbnb, Evernote, Adobe, and many more are doing. Prototype what you're doing in InVision. It just makes designers and teams and founders so much more efficient. Go to invisionapp.com/twist for 90 days free. That's their starter plan, free for 90 days, only at envisionapp.com/twist, envisionapp.com/twist. And everybody thank Envision App on Twitter. I thank them for making a great product and for supporting independent media like This Week in Startups. Let's get back to this amazing episode.